The more I look at the iPhone 17 Pro, the more I'm reminded of just the takeaway that this is the superhero of the iPhone 17 lineup. My favorite superheroes, two of them, are Spider-Man and Daredevil. And much like a superhero, you see, when you use this device on a day-to-day basis for texting your mom and dad, texting your friends, browsing social media, it just behaves like any other iPhone. But much like a superhero, when you put on a mask, right, they totally transform into this whole other person. And they have these amazing capabilities that just make them more than the human self of theirs. But if you look at them in their day-to-day life, they're just a regular old human being doing a job and, going about their life. That's what the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are. They have that superhuman, superhero capability packed in here, which a lot of people don't end up using, but that's what makes this device such a wonderful device. You see, if you're looking at this device, the 17 Pro, or if you're looking at the 17 Pro Max, there's just a couple things that I need you to keep in mind when comparing it to the rest of the lineup. And by the way, I have compared the 17 Pro to the regular 17, and I've also compared it to the iPhone Air. So I will link those videos down below in case you want to check them out. So if you're looking at all of these devices, I'm pretty sure once you watch this video and those videos, you'll have a great idea as to where you should be leaning when it comes to making your decision. And the key takeaway with this device and the Pro Max device is the camera and its capabilities. And it's not just the three cameras, because believe it or not, the software relies on this main lens a lot more than you would think. And I highlighted this in another video, so I'm not going to go into the details, but this is a great sensor. This is the same sensor that we found in the 15 Pro and in the 16 Pro, which, by the way, if you're on one of those devices and you're happy, I don't really see a reason for you to make a jump to one of these devices, whether it's the Pro or the Pro Max. Now, on the flip side, if you're one of those users that is from an iPhone 12 or maybe even older, right? Or maybe a 13, this is going to be a nice upgrade for you because you've done the right thing by waiting a few years and giving yourself a substantial enough reason to make the jump to this device. And here with the camera, ProRAW and ProRes, those are two things that you gotta really dig into. This is what happens when you put that mask on, right? This is where this device goes from being just like the rest of the lineup and then separating itself by just having this insane capability, because the kind of video quality, the kind of photo quality that you are able to get out of this camera system that just lives inside your pocket is absolutely phenomenal. And that's not only for the rear camera, even for the front camera. Have a look at this clip I took. Okay, so this is a test of the front camera of the iPhone 17 Pro. And what's amazing here is that this is the same camera that you're going to find on the rest of the lineup, right? But again, this has that superhero capability. You put that mask on, and now you've got this ability to record in a format that makes that same sensor and camera look like as if it was shot with a typical mirrorless camera, which is just simply amazing to have this ability in your pocket. And again, you strip this away from the iPhone 17 Pro, and now you are just like every other phone in the lineup. You don't have any advantage. So that's why I say that you've got to be able to take advantage of these capabilities that live in these devices, because that's what makes the Pro a Pro. Now, when it comes to ProRes, I'm going to show you exactly the kind of contraption I've made for myself so I can get good audio, I can get a portable SSD all through one little adapter that connects to the phone, because this is what I did when I was testing devices like the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. And another element I have to share with you is the sponsor for today's video, which is the Magbak Elite case. This is such an awesome case in the sense that this is very much like the device itself. It's a superhero. Like, it's got all around protection and a lot of versatility when it comes to the case itself. You've got these grips on the side, you've got a crystal camera button cover, And then on the back here, you've got a nice finger loop attachment. But the coolest thing about Magbak's cases and their products in general is the name Magbak, because that's their own proprietary system. They come with these like mag sticks that you can stick in the car, on the wall somewhere, and snap one of these onto the wall. And the magnets are just wicked strong. So Magbak not only has MagSafe built in, but also their own system. And the last coolest thing about this case is the kickstand right here. And at the bottom, you've got your USB-C port that is also covered. Magbak has been really kind to me in the sense that they have supported this channel, and I love their wallet. I've shared that many times, so it's nice to have a sponsor that I actually enjoy working with. So these guys are awesome. I will link everything down below. Definitely give them a try. So you see, when it comes to the camera on these devices, much like a superhero can go from a standard human to just like having amazing capabilities, that's exactly what happens with these devices. You look at the video quality and you are just simply amazed by it. You look at the photo quality and you're simply amazed, but that only happens when you actually tap into that potential. So if you're getting one of these devices, I want you to emphasize that fact. Are you actually going to tap into that? Because one of the downsides, just like a superhero, they're not perfect, right? They have their weaknesses. One of the weaknesses of utilizing something like ProRes is the file sizes. This is why you have to use an external SSD. For example, that 1 minute front camera clip, 5 GB. So if I recorded something like that for 10 minutes long, it would have been a 50 GB file. And if you have an iCloud plan that is 200 GB, well, you can fill that up in just 4 videos. And one of the reasons that I had to upgrade my plan is because over the years, as I've been playing with this format, I've had to take so many different video clips, right? And they all live in my iCloud. And they are exactly what is taking up a lot of space. But I keep them there because they're great reference points because they're from the same sensor that lives here in the main 17 Pro. I had 15 Pro and 16 Pro, and those will do an equal job in recording video quality and photo quality. So that's something that you definitely have to keep in mind. And even if you're not taking advantage of it right away, the other attraction here is that you have all out camera versatility, which is something you're just not going to find on something that is like my daily device, which is the iPhone Air. I have a single camera, I have a single crop in, and that's exactly what happens on this main sensor, is that you have it crop into those different focal lengths. So that is something to keep in mind in terms of camera. Now, the other superpower that this has is the ability to keep itself cool. It's like a special ability that this device has got with that vapor chamber, and it makes a lot of the difference. And that's where the design of the aluminum unibody came in with the glass back so that you can still have MagSafe. And you see, what you got to keep in mind is that just like a superhero has to put on their outfit or put on their mask to transform themselves, well, this is only going to tap into that potential when you're actually pushing the device. Like if you're just texting your friends and your mom and playing a few games that are very like light and not that heavy on the GPU and the CPU of this device, you're not really pushing the potential of it. When you're demanding extended periods of time where you need the best performance, that's where you're going to have an edge with the vapor chamber, because it's going to keep the device cool, and the longer the device can stay cool, the longer it can have sustained performance. You don't need benchmarks to tell you that. That is just real world stuff that I'm telling you here. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about this contraption that I made. So if you are looking at this device, then maybe this is something that you can do for yourself. So I've got, in terms of microphone, right? This is a clip-on microphone. This is by Godox, and I have their microphone for my camera as well, and I also have it for the phone. And what's cool is you've got this like magnetic thing. You just put this in here. You can attach the mic, turn it on, and when you plug in this like adapter, multi-port adapter into your iPhone, automatically the receiver's going to turn on. And once you turn this on, now you've got audio going directly into the USB-C port of your iPhone 17 Pro or Pro Max. Now, this I picked up off of Amazon, and what's cool with this is that it's got 3 different USB-C ports. So for me, like I wanted to do audio, like for example, if you just want a hard drive, you can pick up something like this. It's just going to plug in right here, just like this. And now you can record your videos and photos externally to this device. But let's say you want to step things up a little bit and you want audio as well. Well, then you're going to need multiple ports running into the back of the phone. And so for me personally, that's what I did. And with this 3-in-1, I attached my own product, which is the Magsafe Anywhere mount. You can get anything else. You don't have to buy this. This is just what I did because it's literally right here in my studio. So I attach this to this so that way I can have the adapter. Just click via MagSafe. You run this cable like this, plug this cable into here, and now it's using the device's power to power this adapter. So this is what I found to be the easiest way. So you see, even though I look at this device and it's got all these capabilities and it's not the right device for me, I can still appreciate it because it has the ability to be a day-to-day device and it does a great job at being that. But then for that moment where you need the camera to do a little bit more, or you need the performance to go a little bit further, it has those superhero capabilities. And that's why this and the Pro Max are the superheroes of the iPhone lineup. And if you want to find out what I think about the other phones in the lineup, I'm going to do a video for the Air and for the iPhone 17 to really hone down on what they are in regards to this lineup and where they stand. If you found some value here and if you've enjoyed this video, just give me a thumbs up because it will really help me out. And another way to help me out is to purchase my products. And this is my MagSafe leather case for the iPhone 17 Air, Pro, and Pro Max. So I will leave this link down below if you're interested. Most importantly, just take care of yourself and I will see you, like always, in the next video.